Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to show you one of the very useful online tool to conduct examination, and I hope this video will be very much useful for all the teachers, faculty members of different schools and colleges. So quite often nowadays, due to this pandemic situation, we all are habituated in taking classes in online mode. After some times or after a few days of our taking class, we sometimes like to conduct some sort of exam, and that too in a very well or proper organized manner. Google Form is one of the options which quite often we use, but in that case all the features are not available. Many things are available in Google Form, but everything is not available over there. So this tool, which is known as Class Marker, can be quite handy in order to perform it. So what we can do from this Class Marker tool, number one, we can conduct test, and also we can know when a student is joining, and many kind of problems we can solve, and even we can also monitor which student has answered, which student has not answered anything, and what answer they have given. Everything we can monitor, as well as we can set some time limit. So in this video, one by one, I am going to show you everything starting to ending. So stay tuned with us, and you just go through everything what I am going to show you. Okay, so first and foremost, you have to visit classmarker.com. classmarker.com, right? So you have to visit in classmarker.com. Then you have to create a new account. Most of you will not have it. So here you need to click where you are getting register free. So here you need to click on, and then they will be asking you which kind of account you want to create, whether you want test takers account or administrator account. So if you are a teacher or a faculty, in that case you need to go for this option for educational use, register here to create test. You should not go for test takers account. Actually this will be for students who will be under you. So you just click on it, and then you need to fill a few details like what will be your first name, last name, username, password, email address. All these things you need to keep, and this is kept Sri Lanka, so you can keep India. All these things you can keep, and I am not a robot, I agree with terms and conditions, and then register. So once you have done with registration, you will be getting this kind of page. Okay, so where already I have logged into my account, one of the account, right? This is the account where from which you can conduct test, right? So this is a very handy platform, as I have also already mentioned. So first and foremost is you need to call your students, or you need to make your students join into your class marker page, right? So in that case you need to go to groups. Okay, you need to go to groups, and then you will be seeing that here you have not created any groups yet. So say for example you are the teacher who is handling some sections class, maybe 2 or 3 sections class. So maybe you are teaching mathematics, or you are teaching geography, or you are teaching science. So in that case you have to go for a new group. Then you need to write down a group name which will be seen by all your group members. Say for example this is math section A. Okay, math section A. So then you go to create group. So it is done. So similarly, if you want to add even more number of groups, so that is possible. Okay, so that is possible, right? So once again I will show you. You can once again go to group, and then already you have created math section A. So similarly you can add this like math section B, math section C, like that you can keep on doing it, right? Now how to add students through this? Actually I'll be telling you how to do all these things in free of cost. You need to pay any amount, but there is some limitation with free account. That also I'll tell you what all you can do. So the first and foremost thing is you need to add members to this group. Okay, so how to add members? So here you can see add members tab. So you just click on it. So two options you will be getting. One is register now and another one is self registration. I will suggest that you allow students to register on their own, because in this process it is quite hectic. Okay, so here what will happen, like you need to enter everything, all the details of students and everything you need to remember, and then again students will have to change their password, etc. So why to do that? In that case you can go for this process, okay, self registration process, right? Now in self registration process you can see that create members registration codes. So this is something which you can find, right? So you can you have 5,000 user place left to use in this group. Okay, now in one group generally one class will consist of 60 students or not more than that in general. So you can keep maximum of 1,000 students in a group. Anyhow it's of no use, these many are not required with free account. Okay, so I just said you that limitation also I'll be telling, right? Now here you are finding that create one new member registration code for this group. Okay, so in that case it is better that you keep, suppose you want to keep all your students, okay, maximum 50 will be coming in one place, or at a time you can register 50 students. It is showing here also, okay, so 50. So you have to generate 50 registration codes. So in your class it is you are having roll number 1 to roll number 60 for example in section A. Okay, so then first 50 you have to add and then another 10, right? So in that case you just click on add members registration code. So 50 registration codes will be generated automatically. So it is generated, okay. So once it is generated, so here you will be getting this option, view member and registration code uses across all groups. So click on it. Okay, you can see that no member has joined yet, but you have assigned 50 codes, right? So that means students now can able to join. Now if you move up here you can find that member registration code. So you have to click on print member registration codes. So once you click on it you will be finding all these codes. So code number, so you can create one Excel sheet and you can keep like roll numbers. Roll number 1 must use this registration code, roll number 2 must use this registration code, roll number 3 must use this registration code. So something like that you can convey to students. Now you may be thinking like, okay, we have to copy and paste it separately. No, you can export it to Excel. So you have to click on it, it will be a CSV file which is Excel file. Okay, so from there also easily you can copy and paste all the registration codes if you have the soft copy of your students details like roll numbers and names. So then you can forward to them. So according to these codes they can join, and here you will find like how many students, as I said, how many students have joined with the registration codes. So once these 50 students are done with all this registration process, then you can add another 10. You can add another 10 and then you can do. If you want to remove the registration codes, so that you can do it. So this all processes can be done very quite easily, right? Now I'll show you one profile where already I have added. So in this case, or in this profile, I have already added students to some groups. Say here I am clicking group. So here say make a 3. Okay, so this is the subject, say for example, which I am going to teach to any students. Okay, so you just click on this group, right? And you will find that in this group I have placed some questions and all. Okay, so this is some test which we have conducted. Okay, so if you want to view like group members, then you can easily check, like you can have to go to edit group. So you can find 81 members are present. Actually, in this case, I have generated many registration codes. So in one group only, I wanted the students to come. So 81 students, they have joined to this group. Like you can see here their details. You can check their user ID also, but password will not be same. You can find their email address also, interface also, when they have registered, and all these details can be seeing. Okay, you can view all these things, right? Now the important aspect is test. Okay, important aspect which I wanted to show, that is test. So if you want to conduct a test, it is always recommended that you go click on question bank. Okay, you add questions in the question bank and then you create a test. So from question bank, you can pick all the questions which you require. Say you are going to conduct 30 a test of 30 questions. Okay. So remember, this can be done for multiple choice type question without figure. I am giving a stress without figure. If you are going to add some figures, in that case you need to go for a paid account or you need to take some subscription. But if you are only having multiple choice type question where there is no figure at all, so this is possible to conduct test. As well as if you are going to have some sort of fill in the blanks kind of question, so that is also possible. Even well in advance you can give all the answers, and I'll show you what to do and how to do, right? So if like here many questions I have added already. Okay, so how to add question, all these things are now I am going to show you. So add a new question. You can also import CSV file. Okay, there are formats available, many formats available. You can go for the Excel format, that is always better. You will find it. Okay, right. So if you go for this import CSV file, then only these options and all these things will come. Like which template you want, you can download the template, like multiple choice type CSV template. Always it is better. So then you can download this template, you can fill all these things and then you can just import it. But in this case I am going to do it manually because it has got some advantages. So now I am going to add question. You click on add a new question. After that, into a test, okay, or into add to question bank. So what I am going to do, I am going to add a question to the question bank. You can directly add any question to test also, right? So I am going to add questions to the question bank, right? So first and foremost thing is, you need to choose which kind of question it is. It is a multiple choice question or true false type or matching type or free text type. Okay, so this is required if you are going for any fill in the blanks type of question. So grammar, essay, all these kind of settings you have. So first and show you multiple choice, and in this what you want, that students, say 50 students are appearing for a test, and all the students should not get same question at a time during the test, as well as the options should not come in same order. Like someone will get one question, they will be getting say option number A, B, C, D, but same question once it appears for any other student, in that case the options will be shuffled, right? So here say something you are going to type some question. Okay, then next is option number. You can give many options. Okay, many options. It is kept 4, so you can add more options. Another 4 will be coming. So you can option A, something you can keep. You can option B, something you can keep. Okay, option C also, whatever you want you can keep. Similarly, you can add so many, and you find that option number B is correct. So you just click on it. Okay, you just click on it, right? Now if some questions are having multiple answers, in that case you can choose many also. Okay, so depending on that it will automatically do all the changes, right? So in this case I have selected the correct answer, which is option number B here, but all the time this option number B will not appear in option number B for students. Okay, so sometimes this same answer can come in option number C or option number A or option number D also, right? Right, now next you can keep in generate parent. Okay, so you just need not change all these things. If you want to change some category, for example today you are going to conduct a test, Then you can add a category, and then you can keep like a generic parent. Here you cannot change anything, and here like you can keep the test 1. Okay, then you can create, and after that here you just click on it, right? Like I have kept unit 1, unit 2, something like that you can keep. Now points available for each question or this question, how many point or how many marks you are going to keep. Like for one question I have given 1 mark, so if you want to keep it 2, you can keep it. Is completely your choice. Now I said you that option number B here, that is the correct answer, should appear at option number C or option number D or option number A for students. So in that case you have to click on this yes, randomize answers. So you have to click on yes. Okay, then radio buttons or checkbox in case multiple options. Like I said you that there are 2 or 3 options for a single question, so in that case you have to go for this checkbox. Otherwise you can use this radio buttons by default. Then you have to save it. Okay, you have to save it, right? Now so this is how you can add questions. So true false also I'll just show you. So here true false, which answer is correct, that you can give here over here. Okay, then matching also it is possible, like add matching pairs. So clue 1 or clue A, clue B, so with that what are the matches, so those things also you can keep. Okay, so like here same as match A, same as match B, so these things also you can keep, right? Then you can choose the correct answers, and you can create this kind of test also, which is quite interesting. Then fill in the blanks also, but in fill in the blanks it is always recommended that you give answers in capital letters, small letters, and all possible ways. Otherwise what will happen, if students are giving correct answer also, you will be finding like they have given wrong answer, maybe some spelling mistake or something, or some capital small letter, some space they will include or they will exclude. So these kind of problems will be appearing, but in that case generally we don't want to deduct any marks. So in that case you need to be very careful, and you have to give all the possible options here. Okay, so it is not like only one option. Here also many options you can give. So any of these options, if any student is mentioning in the answer, so that will be chosen as the correct answer, right? So that is also possible. Then you can go for grammar check also, like what is incorrect version, what is correct version, everything can be done. You can check it out, right? Now I'll be coming to test. Okay, now I'll be coming to test. So this is the main part, how we can conduct test. So what I want to conduct a test. So practice 1 I am going. Okay, and I have already created something, this test. So once you create some test, anyhow you will be having the option to edit it also. Here I have given some questions already I have created. Okay, now if you want to add any question, or if you want to assign to any group, here you will be getting this option called assign test. So I'll go for this trial one. Okay, I'll go for this trial test. Yes, here I'll go, and here I'll edit the test. Okay, so what I want, that these questions, say here 4 or 5 questions I have prepared. Okay, so which consists of multiple choice kind of questions. You can just click on it. Okay, you can click on answers, so you will get 3 answers. So this answer is correct one. Okay, already I have typed all these questions, right? Now you have added, or if you want to add any question directly here, you can add a new question, so it can be done, right? So once you have selected all the questions, say you have you want 50 questions to be conducted, so 50 in the test, so 50 questions you can edit, or you can put all these questions over here. You can add all these questions, and then once all these things are done, then your next target is to assign this question to your batch of students. So you have to click on assign test. Then this test, whether you are going to send a link or you are going to send to groups. Link you can send for conducting the exam, but in that case you need to go for a paid account, which is upgrade account. Otherwise it will not be possible. Okay, and better, it is always recommended that you send to group. Already I said to you how to create a group. Then you have to click on send it to a group. Now here I have got many groups. Okay, in that case I have created make 3, so you can select a group, right? And after that you can go for select from existing setting. Okay, some settings you have to do. So trial or this all groups are there. So I'm going for this. Then you have to go to next. Once you click on next, then you will have all the settings. You have to do all the settings. Say you want the test should appear in between 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. of a particular day. So in between that time only, if any student is logging into their account, then only they will be able to appear for the test, or else they will not be able to appear for the test. Okay. So in that case, you can choose the availability. Okay, or you want to keep it available right now, so anytime you want to close it, so you just go to the test, you can go to settings, and you can always have the provision, or you'll always have the provision to change it, or you can make it unavailable, right? So it is a very good option that you can keep it available from this time to this time. So if any student is logging into their account for writing the exam in between 7 to 7:30, then they will be able to write the test or attend the test. Then attempt. It is recommended that you keep only one attempt allowed. Okay, otherwise students will keep on attending the test. Okay, and some instruction if you want to keep, you can display some guidelines. Okay, so you want to conduct the test for say 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 1 hour, that you can keep it. It is completely your choice, right? But you have to keep it minutes, like already this example has been given. Say if you are going to keep an exam of 2 hours, so you need to keep it 1/20, as it is multiple of 60 into 2, right? Then resume later. So if students are pausing the test, okay, and they are saving the test, and after some times they will collect the answer and then they will once again resume it. Okay, so that possibility can be minimized by keeping it by default no. Okay, then you want only one question to appear in a page, and that is always better to have. So only one question students will be able to see in one page, right? So that is recommended. Then randomize, yes, because all students will not get all the questions or same questions at a time. That means the question number 1 from your question bank will appear for one student, another question will appear for another one student, and they will have to mandatorily change, or they will have to mandatorily attend all the questions. Okay. And here many options will be there. Okay, so you can tick whichever you want. So that is mandatory number 1. That means must answer questions, auto finish test if a question is incorrectly answered. Okay, so all these options you can choose according to your choice. Okay, now allow test takers to go back during test. Here this is something which is very important. Students, once they have answered, you don't want them to come back and change their mind and change their answer by referring some book or some other thing. So if you are unticking it, okay, then students will not be able to go back. They can answer some question and then they will move forward with some other question. So whatever answer they have given for the previous question, they cannot change. So in that case, it is completely your choice. Okay, whether you want to allow them to go back during test, or you don't want to do the same thing, right? So in this case I have kept it. Now next, here result page, you can show points, percentage, and all these things, grade and all these things you can keep. Pass mark, yes, here you can make any pass mark. Suppose 40% of your of 30. Okay, so if they score, then they will pass, or 50% you can keep, or 60% you can keep. That is completely your choice. So if any student secures this much percentage of the total marks or more than that, then you can create your own message. Okay, so here by default it has come, right? I have actually kept it. So congrats, you passed the test. And if they failed to get 40% of the total marks, then suppose I have kept, alas, you didn't prepare well for the test. So you can always have you will always have the provision to change it, right? Now webhook. Okay, so no webhook, that means only required when integrating class marker with your website to have test results sent back and saved to your website in real time. Okay, So actually the thing is that this option and all these things can be done with upgraded accounts. So now you can just leave it. Actually this is one very good thing, like if someone is trying to browse some other websites in order to find the answer, in that case class marker will understand that this person is going to do some webhook, right? Then certificate, yes, certificate you can generate, but in this case you cannot do because it will be all available in this only in upgraded account. Okay, so in that case they will give some template also, and you can manage your own certificate if someone is passing the exam. Email result, yes, this also goes for upgraded account, so you cannot do anything, and it is not required anyhow. You can come to this class marker page and you can check how much score students have made. Okay, and if you want to keep all your settings default, so you just click it, and then if you assign, then automatically your students will be able to get this question. They can write the test at the scheduled time. Okay, now I'll show you how students also can do after this discussion is over. Now I'll just show you some tests and their results. Now how you can check the results. So here I have conducted a test. Okay, so once students have done, you just come here. Okay, so some time I have already given. Now it is not available. Already this test is over. So once the test is ongoing or over, then also you can check. You can just come to result, and you can find like who has failed in exam, who secured how many marks, and you can check also which questions they answered. Okay, whether they have answered correct question or wrong, all these things. Like you see here, every details is given. Which question the student has answered, but which is actually the correct answer. Okay, so like this you can see. You can have a look. Okay, so this is how you can analyze your students. This is a very good tool actually. Okay, now this is all about today's discussion, but I will be showing you how to do another one thing, that is yes. Okay, so students, how students will be registering. So they have to go to test taker account. So here they have to register. Okay, so once they go here, only this registration code will come. I have already talked about registration code through faculty account or teacher account. So that registration account they have to enter over there. Then they have to enter all these details like first name, last name, username, password, etc., email address and all. They have to agree that terms and conditions that they have to register. So once they log into their account, automatically if you have assigned any test, it will appear to their profile. Okay, so they can just click on it. They will have to follow the instructions, and then they can start at any time if they log in to their account at correct time as you have mentioned. So this is about class marker. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope this video was quite useful for you. If you really liked it, then like this video, and also hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon also to get notified with our latest videos. Thank you so much for watching this video.